Chafing Armor Podcast, episode 109, Into the Spire. Welcome back to the Chafing Armor Podcast. I'm your host and irascible Dungeon Master, Michael Corley, and with me tonight is Lee. Lee, tell everyone who you are playing.
G'day everybody, my name is Lee, and I will be playing a Kenku Rogue.
That is right, whose name is still a mystery, because none of the other characters have asked him what his name is yet, which is pretty funny. And speaking of a character who has not asked him yet is Dare. Dare, tell everyone who you will be playing.
Howdy, y'all. I am Dare, and I am playing Tix Bergmanson, your greatest gnome cleric ever.
It's true. I've seen it in the history books. And also for the history books is James. James, tell everyone who you will be playing.
Hey everybody, I am James, and I am playing Penton Chalice, a spell scale sorcerer.
That is correct. And also with us tonight is Riley. Riley, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm playing an icy tiefling fighter named Athora.
Correct. And last but not least is Izzy. Izzy, tell us who you will be playing.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I play Marezi Mugraw, half-orc barbarian, not least because she is 6'5".
Very true. When we last left our players, they had been journeying north and technically a little east, but mostly north, looking for the fabled city of Timberspire. They had heard that the tiefling Prognati, who supposedly could help them heal the staff, was located there. They also found from the powerful fae Baba Yaga that the reason their staff is not working properly is that half of it is fake. Which is fortunate, because if it had been real, the hags would have killed them. But even still, you are still trying to find Prognati. While heading to Timberspire, you encountered 3 dire bears, and in a fun battle, you were able to slay them all and slake Audrey's thirst, and very much anger and yet make some peace with a ice elf known as Daylor, who just told you that he is of Timberspire. And I'm going to let y'all speak with him, but what he is doing at the moment is he is taking off his cloak, and he is putting it next to the striped dire bear's corpse. And now he is attempting to roll it onto the cloak. He's having a little difficulty, and he doesn't want to admit it, because it's a dire bear, and it's hundreds of pounds. What would y'all like to do?
Tix will continue using his diplomacy and come up and start measuring the other bear and looking at it for cuts of meat, and make the sideways comment, "Wow, these are real big. We could probably use some help cutting these up. Would you mind helping us? And then we would gladly help you get any of this meat back to Timberspire."
Well, I would like you to make a diplomacy roll with advantage, because that was excellent use of diplomacy.
All right, first roll is a 27. Second roll is a 14. So 27.
27. So he ceases his exhortations to roll over this. He is a very fit elf, but he is an elf after all, and is somewhat slight. You suspect he eventually could have gotten it on the cloak. Obviously, he was out here hunting these things, but it would have been very, very difficult. He stops what he's doing and comes over to you, and his common is improving. It's less that he didn't speak common, that maybe he hasn't spoken it in a very long time. And he's kind of starting to get the hang of it once again. And Daylor says to you, well, I can offer you assistance with that, and then in turn you may assist me. And he pulls out a knife that he had stabbed the bear with, which is sort of glimmering with frost. And he says, if you will permit me, I will show you the proper way to prepare bear meat.
Please. That would be greatly helpful, and Tix will take careful notes.
I love D&D so much. He rolls a 2.
Let's me show you how to chop the choice meats. Just leans over and starts stabbing the shit out of the corpse. This is how you do it, see? Stab.
He is a ranger, and he's like Osokai, that he has a very high bonus to his survival. So it's not that he critically fails, it's just that, like, he's trying to show off to y'all. Like, y'all were expecting, like, a master chef. And not only that, like, you've seen Osokai dress a kill. Like, watching a ranger prepare a beast is like a thing of beauty. And he just kind of screws it up. And it's, like, not terrible, but, like, you could tell, like, he's trying to kind of, like, separate off the hide so that the hide can be used later, and he just ruins it. So the hide is completely ruined for turning into a pelt or armor. And the meats, the chunks of meat that he takes are absolutely acceptable. I mean, you'll be able to cook with them, but they're just kind of torn and stringy, and, like, there's little bits of the skin still hanging off of them.
Nice. It's gone across grain instead of with grain, and just completely butchered the cut.
And he, as he messes up, he's getting more and more frustrated. And he can't admit it. And so y'all are just having to sit there and politely watch him just massacre this bear corpse.
I'm gonna do a roll for a second. I'm gonna do a willpower roll to make sure that I want to roll to see if my character bursts out laughing.
Okay.
Because I've seen people prepare corpses. Like, it's not.
Yep.
It's. I mean, the artisan's quarter and stuff has plenty of butchers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just rolled a 3.
So
there's the sound of raucous, like a cacophony of audience laughter. Like someone has seen a comedy show, a medieval comedy show, just pouring out of this Kenku's mouth. Like, it just sounds like there's a crowd laughing at this elf. He is just losing it. He's falling back in the snow, kicking his feet and just laughing so hard.
Okay. I would like you to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh, my face. Cool. That's... 28.
28. So there's something in the ground shifts, and your incredibly tuned Kinku and Rogue senses kick in. And you roll to the side, and just a spike of ice erupts out of the ground, and you all of you saw, like, him raise his hand and close his fist.
The laughter doubles.
That's
can I
fair.
Take him by the leg and drag him away since he's on the ground laughing too hard?
Yes.
I'll let that happen. I'm losing it here. This is hilarious.
So I want you all to imagine that this, very strong, powerful tiefling warrior just grabbing you by the leg and just dragging you off, and the laughter continues echoing over the hills. And he says, "The meat is prepared. Now, if you would like to equally offer me assistance." Somehow
we'll give you equal assistance.
Somehow the echo even increases over the hills. In the distance, an avalanche begins.
A butterfly flaps its wings, and a Kenku makes an outlet.
Right.
Oh, just too funny.
So Tix, keeping a straight face, says, "Pardon our uncouth bird friend, but I'd be happy to help you.
Gotcha. Tix, I would like you to make just a straight strength roll for me.
Oh. That's a 7.
7? Okay. The two of you cannot move him. It weighs hundreds of pounds, and it's a big dead bear. And y'all cannot move him. Would anybody else like to help? And
yes.
And by the way, Daylor is like incandescent with rage because he's just like, okay, well, here we go. This is the part, and then she's like, "Ugh." And then Merezi.
My pusher drag carrying capacity is 1,150 pounds on my character sheet.
You don't have to roll. But I want you to describe to me how Merezi. So there's this little gnome and this slight elf to either side trying to push it. What do you do?
Oh, please drag them as well. Drag them as well.
Yeah, so I'm so big, I kind of just, like, reach my arms out, sort of like a hug motion, and just kind of reach my arms around the two to push the bear. I had been sort of hanging back because I realized I wasn't making any progress with this dude, but I had to do it.
Gotcha. And there actually is a moment where both of them are slightly lifted off the ground as your incredible half-orc strength, not only half-orc, but a half-orc barbarian trained by the greatest barbarian of your tribe, your mother. And you just... And the bear just rolls over on its side onto the cloak.
Can I come back at this moment, see this happening, and burst out laughing again and walk the other way, back where I was dragged?
Yes. You see a Thora coming back to grab him once again.
I pick him up and hoist him over my shoulder because he's laughing so much, and just come on, go back.
Come on. Back you go.
Oh my god!
And I have to ask, just for full context, Penton, are you doing anything during all of this?
I'm still up in Audrey. I'm gonna look down and say, "Hey, man, it happens to all of us."
The laughter doubles. Like, I heard that. The laughter is just insane now. The trees are laughing at this dude.
He is coming at you to. He is walking towards you with murderous intent, Penton. Because he failed his role to control himself. He is coming towards you with murderous intent.
It's okay, he'll miss. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just let it happen.
So let me know if you would like to do anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna try throwing some diplomacy at this guy myself.
Okay.
Listen, I know everybody has a tough day. We've had our share of tough days. Don't worry about it. We're here to help.
All right. Give me that roll.
That's a it doesn't matter on rolls that it's a 20, but I'm
calling them diplomies from now on.
The diplomies.
33 would take. That would take a hostile person to indifferent on the chart.
Mm-hmm. So that will definitely work. And as he walks forward, he stops, and he grips his fist, and he says, "I am sorry, all of you. I am not myself right now, and I apologize for attacking the Kinku."
And I think the Kenku should apologize as well. But, what do you expect for somebody with a name like Screams at Weddings?
He tilts his head at you, Penton, and he goes, "Is that truly his name?"
As far as I'm understanding it, yes.
That is very amusing. Dreams at weddings.
The best part is, Penton's lying because he knows exactly what my name is.
Uh-huh.
I've already called you that a couple times now.
Yep. Well, the dungeon master has accidentally revealed it more than once, but I've cut it out of the game. So the only
Oh yes, Dad doesn't know this. We the Kenku gave us his name during the side quest with try rolling.
No, I do know that, but but the other players don't know, is what I mean.
Not everyone
unless
was there
the listeners listen to the crossover, which I certainly hope you should of listeners, they do not know what the Kinku's name is what I'm saying. So he, Daylor turns back and he puts his hand on his cloak, and there's a crackling noise that y'all have heard similar things from Athora, and the ice just coats the coat. Now, obviously, just covering a cloak in ice wouldn't do anything. Like, it would just crack the ice. So there's clearly something else magical happening here. And once whatever spell he's cast is complete, he then begins to drag the corpse. And you could tell something has happened to make the corpse lighter, something that he is able to drag it on this cloak. You don't know if it's a property of his magic or a property of the magic of the cloak. But he's beginning to drag it to the north.
Interesting.
So you're taking that back to Timberspire?
Yes, that is where I reside.
Oh yes, it just so happens we're headed in that direction. We need to find somebody there.
He turns and sharply looks at you, and he goes, "What?"
We need to go to Timberspire and find someone.
No, I'm sorry. Outsiders are not permitted in Timberspire.
Well, maybe we can just knock and ask him to come out then.
Things are very complicated in Timberspire right now.
We're good with complicated.
How so?
It is difficult to speak of. By the way, he's still walking, so if y'all want to keep talking to him, you're going to have to walk with him. Or I just wanted to clarify that he's not stopping to talk to you, but he's not trying to stop you from following him either.
Now, I may be impervious to the cold, basically, but I'm not impervious to snow. So I'm gonna hop up into the hut nut sack and just kind of walk along next to him.
Okay.
Audrey.
Okay. As you just kind of gently swing along, how is everybody else following? I'm curious because Tix, this is actually a little bit of a problem for you because of the depth of the snow.
Oh,
it's not
Tix is back in Audrey 3, warm and comfortable and cooking some bear meat over the fire.
Okay.
Preparing some steaks for everybody.
Gotcha. And while, again, he is an accomplished ranger, so even though he rolled badly, what it is perfectly serviceable meat. It just wasn't well prepared. And so absolutely you can do that. As y'all continue to follow, we also canonically said that there is a chimney in Audrey, and there is a fireplace. So you're beginning to cook those, and the very delicious smell of this bear meat begins to waft out of Audrey as y'all walk.
I'm following this dude on foot, and I'm trying to talk to him, and I can only imagine he is meeting everything I say with silence.
Well, it depends on what you say to him.
So, what got you started in rangering?
My family is a family of hunters. We are craftsmen, we are leather workers, and we range far and wide and hunt the dire bear and other creatures of the distant tundra.
Cool! I hit things, because my mom hits stuff too!
Yes, we are just alike, you and I. He does glance down. He does notice you're walking on top of the snow, though. It not escape his attention.
Got these off a dead dude!
I do not doubt it for a moment.
So, okay, for my own edification, how deep is the snow here? Are we talking knee height, waist height?
It is probably just a little over a foot deep, with random little drifts that can be several feet deep.
So Morezi's about 4 or 5 feet taller than him at this point.
Yep.
Since he's walking on top of the snow, and he's only about 5'5" or so.
Now, he does not walk on top of the snow, but he is an ice elf, and the snow is it's like the snow just parts for him, the way like a druid in the forest.
But he's still walking on the ground.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. She's towering over him.
This is amazing.
While she's talking, and like you said, he's a slight elf, so he's not very tall to begin with.
So every time she speaks, it's literally from on high.
I am your god.
She doesn't say that.
I believe you,
but you can imagine she
You
does.
just see him sort of refusing to turn his neck to look 12 feet up in the air where her head is at this point to him anyway.
Talk to his feet.
Okay, the Kenku has calmed himself and is on the roof, very close to the warm chimney. There's no way he's inside that hut. Not right now. Not after seeing what happened to that bear.
Not after what he saw.
Not after what happened to that bear. No way.
Yeah, he's actually not as short as I thought he was. He's 5'10". So he's obviously, like Morezi is still way taller than him, but I was thinking he was shorter than that. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I'm following right behind them in case I have to run distraction or something, because this elf seems very stabby.
You can tell that Morezi is starting to really piss him off, so if you would like to do something, if you would like to intercede in some way, that might not be a bad idea.
Seems like not much works for pissing this guy off, to be fair.
Yeah.
What's with your ice? It's pretty cool. I've seen it before, I feel like. It's familiar. Ice.
And he kind of slowly turns and looks at you, and he goes, "What do you mean?"
I shot ice a couple times. It was impressive, I feel like. It saved me a couple times. And I'm not cold. Yep.
Oh, is it cold? Oh, yeah, I guess snow, right.
Just back and forth.
From the roof comes, "Shut up."
Okay.
Slightly burns his steak.
And this, y'all are walking for quite some time, so it is enough time to actually cook the meat fully. And he looks at you really hard, Athora, but then he kind of shakes his head, almost as if he fails a perception check, and and he says, "Well, that is rather unusual for your kind."
Tiefling?
And it's not like Zental Keep level racism. It's more just like, I don't really know tieflings that well.
Yeah, we're usually fire, but I'm a bit icy lately.
Well, I don't know what to say. he kind of adjusts his grip on the cloak, and it continues, and the bear is kind of thumping along.
So Timberspire. Is there something we should know? Is there something we should avoid? I mean, we really need to get there, and we really need to talk to somebody. It's of utmost importance.
He's a little warmer to talk to you. By the way, just to keep the internet from yelling at me, they are technically frost elves, not ice elves. Sorry. I know how the internet is.
The internet's yelled at us about 5,000 times already. Don't worry about it.
It's true. Oh God, can you even imagine the various calls that I've made? And he says to you, Pinson, Timberspire is a place of great logging. We fell the tallest, straightest, nearly magical pine trees of the forest. That is where the mountain range gets its name, the Frost Spear, because they are called Frost Spear pines. It requires incredible skill to fell one because the wood is so hard, and we then sell it all throughout the land. I guarantee you that the greatest ships that you have ever sailed on, the most sturdy fortresses that you have ever been defended in, have been made with Frost Spear timber. And that is where the Timber Spire name comes from.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. It sounds beautiful.
And he actually kind of pauses, he goes, yes, it is actually quite beautiful. And you're actually noticing as you come closer that some of the trees here actually are the kind of tree that he's describing. These are much scrawnier and perhaps newer growth. But you could even from his description, they have sort of a hue to them as he's describing it lovingly. He is not a logger or a woodworker, but clearly it is deep in his culture. And he says, but there has been a problem of late.
As we walk through, are there any dead branches on the ground from these,
absolutely.
These frost spear trees?
Yeah, I mean, with the distance that you are going, I would definitely say yes.
Because hearing him talk about the hardness and all the rest of it, I'm going to swap my club out for one of those. I'm going to make a frost spear wood club. Okay, I'm just going to pick up a stick that's about the same sort of heft as a club.
That is perfectly permissible, and you absolutely can do that. You will need to make a roll in order, if you want to make it into a spear. You will need to craft it into a spear.
No, just a club.
Then club away. Yes, you do not need to roll to pick up a stick and use it. And you do absolutely feel that it is like it just has a heft to it. And you kind of experimentally, thwack, thwack it a few times, and then Audrey kind of kicks at you when you do that.
Well, I wouldn't be hitting Audrey. It'd be kind of like hitting
I'm
my palm and kind of... I mean, I probably would tap it on the roof a bit, to, down like a baseball player would, like with the bat. Ding, ding. But yeah, just kind of judging its worth against my old club and clearly deciding the new one is superior.
Mm-hmm. It is not truly magical in that it has magical properties or, allows you to hit things that are magic. But, as the old song says, there must have been some magic in that it just seems much sturdier than the same. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to hear what you just said.
In that old hat he found?
In that old hat he found, yes. I was doing it too. So, yes, it is not invulnerable, of course. You can still break it as it is a stick, but it is very special. And so, yes, you now may mark that you have a frost spear club.
We can get it enchanted at the same time we get the 3 foot of rope enchanted.
Yes,
there you go.
Yeah.
You've wondered a couple of times, Tix, if you haven't seen the rope twitch on its own. You just wonder.
He sleeps with it under his pillow.
He tells no one.
Kisses it goodnight.
That's right.
Rope, lovely rope.
As y'all come over the crest of a hill, there in a kind of a lower valley is revealed before you. The city itself is partially carved into part of the mountain, so there are parts of the mountain that are, Pueblo style. Carved into the mountain literally, but the rest of the city, the most of the city, is in a giant semicircle. And the natural barrier of the mountain kind of is hugging the sides, and then the part that is the entrance is just a massive gate. It's both a wall and a gate. It curves with the semicircle, and it is hundreds of feet across. and at least 200 feet high. And it is just imposing as all get out as you come to the entrance of Timberspire. And he turns to all of you and he says, I must warn you that visitors are not allowed in Timberspire at this time.
We're on a mission from God.
Maybe you could
put on your glasses.
Maybe you could take word in for us and see if the person will come out or whether they can get us in. If you would do that.
It is not up to me. There is... It is clearly really hard for him to say. There is new management in Timberspire.
Ooh.
And they are not allowing visitors. And everything in his face denotates hatred.
Oh dear. Well, why don't you take the name and go in and see if you can find this person and see what they can do, or at the very least they might come out here instead. We're looking for someone named Prognati.
Oh, yes, I know Prognati.
Oh, excellent. That's who we're here to see.
That is unfortunate.
Oh boy.
Because Prognati is a prisoner of the new management.
I felt that coming.
Yes.
So, life being the way it is, would the new management be a rather old woman type person-ish?
He cocks an eyebrow at you and he goes, no? That's a really good guess, by the way, though. I like that. He just says, no?
Well, that's a relief. Okay. Well, we're pretty good at diplomacy. I have spent some diplomacy time even in Go Chicken Go and Ye Old Chicken, and brought people together in understanding. So I would be happy to talk to your new management or to whoever's at the gate and see what we can work out.
I think between the two of us we can manage something.
I am willing to let you try. I want you to know I cannot assist you. And he actually like is a little bummed about that, or at least he seems to be.
Dude, is it your dad? Is it your mom?
No, gods no.
Okay.
Oh, I just got daddy issues.
Reticent to challenge their parents if they were in charge, and it's always a troubled situation. Who is in charge now?
Is it he who must not be named?
No.
It's not a sea hag, is it?
It is, in fact, a sea hag. No, just kidding. He begins to sketch in the dirt. Not in the dirt, in the snow. A shape begins to form. And in fact, actually, he uses just a little bit of magic. And you can tell that he can shape the snow. And it's not like just full on, like a perfect statue appears from the snow, but he can kind of shape it much more perfectly than he could.
Bas-relief kind of thing?
What's that?
More like a bas-relief kind of thing?
Yes, exactly. A picture of a horrifying insectile creature appears out of the snow, and he says, "We are currently under the thrall of an ice devil." And that's where we'll end! Chafing Armor, episode 109. Thank you.
Deep.
Thank you so much for playing, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you for planning our depths with ice.
I have no idea what you're talking about. A Gelugon are very easy and very easy to defeat. You will have no trouble whatsoever.
How many are there,
though? You don't know.
That's cold, DM. That's real
Joke's
cold.
on you, sucker.
Oh! Nice.
Joke's on you, sucker. I have a flint in my backpack as part of my default adventuring gear. I'm just gonna set him on fire.
I'm just imagining you going, hold on. Hey, just hold on a second.
Running after one holding a flint and steel going, come back here. Click, 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 click.
Spark.
Light the torch now.
Well, I very much look forward to seeing what y'all do to solve this particular issue. I don't want to tell you, because I never want to railroad y'all, that you can't just punch it until it dies.
Aww.
But I am telling you, it is very tough. FYI. Just...
I'm gonna kick it until it
there
dies.
you go. That's its. That was its one weakness.
Half-orc feet.
Its true weakness was bolos. Anyway, thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you for not killing us.
Thanks for not killing us.
So, if anyone wants to check out y'all's social media, is there a social media you'd like to tell people about?
Nope.
You can find me Dare Imagine on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I have a account on TikTok. We'll see whether or not that goes away. And most other media platforms, you can find me at Dare Imagine.
Wonderful. So look for Dare Imagine. Anyone else?
Instagram, Swamp Fiend Art. Look at the weird stuff I draw.
Swamp Fiend.
And it's fantastic.
It is. It absolutely is.
Just don't go anywhere near Swamp Fiend Art NSFW.
No! I'm a baby.
You can find me at One Princess Beast on Instagram. I post lots of art there, and I have a webcomic on Webtoon. Go check it out.
Excellent.
Oh, I do too. It's called Ye Break, Ye Buy. What's yours called?
Penelope's Requiem.
Read both of them.
So good. I'm going to do. I'm so bad about remembering to put the correct links, but I'm going to work really hard that when I hear this while I'm editing it to get those in the show notes. So please check those out, everybody. And thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You all for playing.
And we will roll with you soon.